Young adults are actually a minority among cancer patients, and they have special needs. Unlike most cancer patients, the cancer hits them at a very, very difficult period of their life. Unlike the mature adult in their 60s who already had their life established, they have had their job, they have their family, young adults are actually looking to get their life started, and then they get hit by this major illness, and they need a particular attention. They need a special support that is not the same as the elderly population.
It's truly a very unique organization. There are not a lot of other groups out there that cater to this demographic.
You can search the tri-state area, you can search nationally. There is no support group that supports specifically young adult cancer survivors, any type of cancer.
When you look at a community, it's really important to get support from that community, especially with the nonprofit that is new to the world, if you will.
Really, when you think, when people have gone through this experience in their life, it never goes away and it's always there. And the support that they need is ongoing. Not only that, but these are the people who are going to be the next generation and are going to teach others about what we're doing and provide that support.
Everyone of all ages, a parent should teach their child how to support organizations like this, because these diseases, these awareness campaigns will affect every generation. So if we start building them now on this level and teaching those around us how to be so, we will create a much larger community of love.
Given that it's a specialized population group, they deserve the specialized support.
And so we found that by being able to offer them these additional services, that they are able to partner with others that have gone through similar journeys. They've been able to get the support they need, not just from our own teams, but from those who have walked that walk.
Young adults battling cancer need to know they're not alone. They need a place to turn for support and to truly connect with other people who understand what they're going through.
It's this age where they're becoming adults and they're trying to grow up, and to suddenly have to deal with something like a cancer diagnosis is really, really challenging.
Their lives are just so much more complex that I think that it's really important to support them through that whole journey.
And a lot of times it's a single parent that's looking after their kids and finances are tight, and then they get hit with cancer on top of that.
It is our job as the community to lift one another up. I feel the word community is modern religion. It's universal spirituality of survivalship.
Not only are you helping me, but you're also helping an entire community of young adult cancer survivors be able to get the resources that we really need and deserve.
And I think that our daughter Haley, when she first started her treatments and that, she was just barely, she was still in her teens in that, a young adult age in that she was in a hospital wing with people who were much older. And I think that the group for young adults and that for her was fantastic.
For me, it was particularly difficult. My father just went through cancer. He was out of work for a while, and then not months after he was had his major surgery for his prostate cancer, we ended up having me diagnosed, and my mom had to, take me to the hospital at Hillman, spend days there with me. And what really, helped alleviate some of those pressures were the financial grants that we would get every year.
I never in a million years in my trajectory thought that I would be diagnosed with cancer as a young adult, and thinking about all of the aspects that fall into play, medical bills, that they're just astronomical, and there's really nothing you can do about it because it's like save your life or, go into debt trying to figure it out.
We're young adult survivors who still have lives, outside of cancer. We have families, we have children, we have jobs. We still have needs that we need to meet just like anybody else.
Every little bit helps, and I really do appreciate all the donors who gave the little that they have. A lot of the businesses who were even affected gave what they had out of their pockets to help us out, and we're I am grateful beyond belief. And those help pay the groceries at home. And my mom went to Aldi's and Giant Eagle and she had a heyday.
Something can happen and we can't meet the financial needs of, you know, co-pays, prescriptions, treatments.
I remember reaching out to Stephanie one day and said, like, I am just having a really rough week. We haven't been able to get grocery shopping. Like, I don't have the energy to make food. My other family members are busy with activities and I just don't know. I just don't know what we're gonna do. I feel like I can't be helpful at all. And that's when Stephanie got gift cards from donors that got involved and were able to purchase a meal for my family of 4. And it was just the little thing that kind of gave us a chance to just breathe a sigh of relief.
When I first started out with the group, it was right at the beginning of my diagnosis. And in the beginning, you're getting all this testing done, you're getting medical bills coming in. So that first initial financial assistance really helped. Because the medical bills start to pile on in the beginning when you're getting all the expensive testing done.
Glad that I received the grant. That has been helpful to deal with like groceries and doing things with my son just to make sure he feels supported.
I needed help to have other people tell me how they were able to financially plow their way through cancer, but then it ended up shifting that the most meaningful part for me is the people that I've never met other than through the lens of my camera on Zoom, that I feel like I've made friends with people who have been there for me when life was hard and I've been there for them. And I can't wait to meet them in person. That just seeing them every week, I think, gets me through some of the toughest times.
Having those resources and the grocery gift card was just, it's such a weight off your chest if you're already worried about, taking care of yourself and just making it through the day, because cancer is so exhausting.
I think that all the programs are beneficial in their own way, but I have most benefited from the support groups, the amazing people, and the financial assistance.
People just don't understand outside of, our loved ones, what we actually really go through on a day-to-day basis. I can tell my parents something and they'll sympathize with me, but they won't truly understand what's going on mentally and emotionally as my counterparts and my co-survivors. So honestly, for me, it is the support aspect of it.
I think there's just support groups and the socials. Honestly, it's the first thing I look forward to in the week when I'm writing in my planner. I'm like, okay, so I know there's 2 designated times this week that if I have, a moment where I just need to vent or scream or cry or fuss, I'm able to do that with people who just get it.
We have become like a family, and it's just a nice place to be able to be open and talk about your feelings and vent.
Co-survivors and caregivers are welcome to attend the socials, and that has helped my relationship with my husband tremendously. He really struggled at the beginning of our relationship because he wasn't around during my treatment.
So it's nice and it's important to have the co-survivor group to know that, it's okay.
I think a lot of people are not really educated on how cancer affects not only the person who has the cancer, but their family.
Cancer's a bit of a roller coaster, and it really helps to have someone to help you along, both for explaining things you don't know, and just to be there for you.
Just being there, even if it's just an ear. I mean, there's not much that I could physically do, but just let them have their moment.
There's not a lot of support groups out there for the patients going through the treatments, who have gone through the treatments, for the families who are trying to support them as well. So.
I mean, we were very grateful that we found that connection, that she found that connection, and we just want to pay it forward.
They've been my crutch over the past couple years, and when I've, kind of almost thrown the towel, they've really had my back.
I think to any business out there, a hair salon, a restaurant, a gym, we are congregation areas for our community. And we gather together there, we learn about one another, and eventually one of us raises our hand and says, I have cancer, or my child has cancer, my husband has died from it. And it stops you in your tracks, and you listen. And as a business owner, I can tell you that I can't just end it there and say, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I have to continue now. I have to be involved. I have to see how can I now help.
Young Adult Survivors United was able to partner with an awesome salon and an amazing man named Dan, who gave me my first haircut. And that might have not seemed like a lot, but it was really special that I had hair enough to get a haircut. And knowing that you have people in the world that want to come alongside you to help pay for something as simple as a haircut makes a big difference.
So to anyone out there that's wondering, how should I get involved? It's worth every moment of your life. Your life will change for the better, I assure you of that.
Finally, we have someone who's passionate and committed to this cause, and I'm equally passionate for this and will continue to support this, and I will invite everybody to join us in this.